Get ready for a trip to Mars. Or is it? Welcome back to Yusuf Reacts, Movie Maniacs. Today, we're blasting off into the explosive, mind-bending world of Paul Verhoeven's 1990 sci-fi classic, Total Recall. This isn't your average vacation. We're diving deep into the plot, the practical effects wizardry, the philosophical questions, and of course, debating that ending. So grab your oxygen masks, and let's get started. Arnold Schwarzenegger is Doug Quaid, a construction worker with a serious case of Mars fever. His wife, Lori, played by Sharon Stone, isn't exactly thrilled with his obsession. Quaid yearns for adventure, so he visits Rekall, a company that implants simulated memories of exotic vacations. He chooses a Mars trip, but things go sideways fast. Instead of a fun fantasy, Quaid starts experiencing real memories of being a secret agent named Hauser. Suddenly, his wife's trying to kill him, and he's being hunted by mysterious agents. Talk about a bad vacation. Quaid, now believing he is Hauser, heads to Mars, a desolate colony ruled by the ruthless Cohagen. Played by Ronnie Cox, who controls the planet's precious air supply. On Mars, Quaid teams up with Melina, a freedom fighter, and they fight to liberate the planet. The movie is a non-stop thrill ride, packed with groundbreaking special effects and a healthy dose of Verhoeven's signature ultra-violence. But the big question remains, was any of it real, or was it all a Rekall-induced hallucination? Total Recall special effects were revolutionary for their time. Forget CGI. This was all practical effects magic. From the grotesque mutants to the Martian terrain, it was a masterpiece of animatronics and makeup. The film's director, Paul Verhoeven, was known for his over-the-top style, and Total Recall is a perfect example. He pushed the boundaries of what was acceptable on screen, creating a truly unforgettable cinematic experience. When a man goes in to have virtual vacation memories of the planet Mars implanted in his mind, an unexpected and harrowing series of events forces him to go to the planet for real, or is he? Douglas Quaid is haunted by a recurring dream about a journey to Mars. He hopes to find out more about this dream and buys a holiday at Rekall, where they sell implanted memories. But something goes wrong with the memory implantation, and he remembers being a secret agent fighting against the evil Mars administrator Cohagen. Now the story really begins, and it's a roller coaster ride until the massive end of the movie. In 2084, Douglas Quaid Arnold Schwarzenegger is a construction worker on Earth, married to Lori Sharon Stone, who works for a greedy mining company. Fantasizing of traveling to Mars, he visits Rekall, a company that can implant memories of a virtual vacation. Against the advice of one of his co-workers who claims a friend of his nearly got a lobotomy at Rekall, Quaid opts for a trip to Mars, including the option of being a secret agent and discovering alien technology as part of his virtual experience. When Quaid is sedated and put into the implant machine, the technicians discover he has already undergone a previous memory life. Quaid wakes up, frenzied and disoriented, claiming the Rekall technicians have blown his cover. He attacks them in an attempt to escape, but they manage to subdue and sedate him again, wiping the memory of his visit to Rekall and sending him home. Quaid wakes up in a taxi nearing his residence, unaware of how he got there. On his way home, he is attacked by his former co-workers who tell him he should not have gone to Rekall, and during the struggle, he kills his would-be assailants. As he gets home and attempts to explain what's happened to his wife, Lori, she turns on him and tries to kill him, but he manages to subdue her. She admits she is not his wife. Quaid races out of the apartment as men, led by Richter Michael Ironside, attempt to catch him. While in hiding, Quaid is given a briefcase by a man who claims to have worked with him. It contains money, a disguise and fake identity papers, as well as a device which Quaid uses to remove a tracking device implanted in his skull. The briefcase also contains a video from Quaid himself. In the video, Quaid identifies himself as Hauser and says that he used to work on Mars as an enforcer for planetary administrator Velos Cohagen Ronnie Cox. His job had included hunting down rebels, but he betrayed Cohagen after coming to believe in the rebel cause. Hauser believes that Cohagen is responsible for wiping his memory and instructs Quaid to seek out his former boss on Mars. Quaid uses the money and the disguise to travel to Mars, where he finds clues from Hauser that lead him to Venusville, a red light district of the Mars colony where people have mutated due to poor radiation shielding. In a bar called The Last Resort, he discovers Melina Rachel Ticketin, Hauser's former lover, who refuses to have anything to do with him, believing that he had been acting as a double agent all along. Returning to his hotel, Quaid is met by Laurie and Dr. Edgemar Roy Brocksmith, the developer of Rekall. They attempt to convince Quaid that his virtual vacation has gone wrong, and that all of his experiences since leaving Rekall have been part of a free-form paranoid delusion that his brain has constructed. Quaid seems almost convinced until he notices how nervous Edgemar is and kills the doctor. Richter's men arrive to capture him, but Quaid is saved by Melina, who he saves by killing Laurie. The two return to Venusville where the rebels manage to hold off Richter's men. On hearing this, Cohagen orders the air supply to Venusville sealed off. Quaid, Melina, and a taxi driver named Benny Mel Johnson, JRB, make their way to the rebel headquarters. Quaid is taken to meet Kuato, a small humanoid form conjoined to another man named George Marshall Bell. Kuato probes Quaid's mind and discovers that he knows about an alien reactor that would provide oxygen for the entire planet. Cohagen has covered up the existence of the reactor, fearing that free oxygen would break his control over Mars. Kuato implores Quaid to activate the reactor and free Mars. Before they can proceed, Cohagen's men assault the rebel base, and Benny is revealed to be a double agent, killing Kuato and capturing Quaid and Melina. They are taken to Cohagen's offices, where he shows them another video from Hauser, revealing that Quaid's entire experience had been part of an elaborate plot, devised by Cohagen and Hauser to infiltrate the rebel stronghold and kill Kuato. Cohagen orders Quaid to be restored to his original Hauser persona and that Melina should be reprogrammed as Hauser's loyal wife. However, Quaid and Melina escape and head to the alien reactor, killing both Benny and Richter. Cohagen arrives first at the control room, and attempts to dissuade Quaid from using the alien artifact, claiming it will destroy the planet, and threatening to blow up the control room with a nearby bomb. Quaid throws the explosive away, destroying a seal on the room, depressurizing it. Cohagen is dragged out and dies from asphyxiation and decompression on the planet's surface. Quaid manages to activate the artifact before he and Melina are blown out, and both are saved as waves of air are generated by the artifact, which has melted the ice below the Martian crust. A new atmosphere sweeps across the planetary surface, shattering the windows of the Mars colony, giving its residents fresh air to breathe. As the population begins to walk into the new blue sky of Mars, Quaid wonders if this is still part of his Rekall fantasy before he turns to kiss Melina. The ending of Total Recall is one of the most debated in sci-fi history. Did Quaid really save Mars, or was it all a Rekall fantasy? Some argue that the internal consistency of the Mars adventure proves its reality. Others point to the dreamlike narrative and the initial Rekall scenario as evidence of a hallucination. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Total Recall is a timeless classic. It's a thrilling, thought-provoking, and visually stunning film that still holds up today. Whether you believe it was real or a dream, it's a wild ride you won't soon forget. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more movie breakdowns. See you next time.